about other things that are not the game.
And welcome to another episode of Vampires and Vitae. Tyler, why don't you take it away for a little bit of a recap of what happened last week? Oh, this will be fun.
Okay, so we were planning. We met up with Sprocket to talk about where we were going to go. We got a nice map with all of the locations of these transistor radio kind of things to build an antenna system so we would get like a full coverage of the area so we could discover our next plan. We wanted to go to a bunch of different places. Everyone was saying no. We almost went to the skyscraper. Then Lawrence was like, I can't climb. And we were like, fine, what do you want to do? And he said, I always wanted to go to the zoo. I love otters. And we had a whole joke about otters and bears and, and Grinder and all that stuff. Then we were stealthing around. We found 2 vans. I broke into one using Ghost in the Machine, found a shotgun that I handed to Danika, and then Danika's like, I don't know how to shoot this thing. Do you? And
yeah,
you said,
yeah.
I
think at one point you gave it back to me, and you were like, shoot that guy, and I held it out with one hand, and just like blindly shot.
Yes.
We found a manifesto of animals they were trying to find. We found a map of the zoo itself. We were running around. I believe there was 2 guys that were trying to get a what is it, Komodo dragon? I think it was a Komodo dragon.
There was a couple. There's a smattering of animals.
Anna made him go rage hardcore and then shot him in the chest. Turns out he was just a human, so it was just murder.
Whoops.
I stealthed with Vol to try and get to the bird cage to put the antenna up. There were drones everywhere shooting around. They couldn't find me because I'm too fucking good. I used Ghost in the Machine and shut that shit down. And then we got into the van eventually after we had, completed our little mission. We were pretty much in the clear. Then there was a helicopter that was coming down, was shooting a barrage of hellfire from a Gatling gun. Danika was like, I'm going to be super dope. I'm going to cut this guy in half when I blink up there. Did it, nailed it perfectly, lands on the ground.
Incredible, actually.
Beautiful. One of the best moments we've ever seen from Danika. And then we're like, all right, let's just...
through the helicopter.
Yeah, through the helicopter, decapitated this dude.
Yeah.
Like A-Team style.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And then we're like, all right, we'll just slow the van down. And she was like, no, I'm going to blink onto the hood.
Well, because it was so fast, I wanted to just land back in the spot on the hood that I had jumped off of.
She rolled a bestial success, I believe.
Yep.
So when she landed like a Kill Bill anime character, drove her silver katana through the engine, flipped us. Everybody broke every bone in their body, essentially. Got flown from the van.
Yep.
I'm holding Lawrence, whispering sweet nothings as the end is near. Anna's freaking out in a puddle of axle grease. Danika thinks she's in the Serengeti. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. Oh, and by the way, Rasputin's here.
Yeah.
Fucking welcome to Vampire.
Wait, Rasputin's here?
I'm Melinda. I play Ana.
Yeah, you mind if I pass it to you first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Sarah, who you played today?
Oh! The shade is real. No.
Sarah, who are you playing today?
Danika the dumb bitch. What's going on? Every time I get a bestial success, something really bad happens, and usually to Lawrence.
Hi, I'm Melinda. I
There you
play
go.
Ana with her terrible accent and the preference for wearing 2 cloaks at the same time, just so Val won't have one.
Don't forget the men. Beefcakes.
Oh, yes, and I do like a little Greek beefcake. The hairier, the better.
And should I introduce you again, or should I just keep on forgetting to introduce?
Please stroke that ego.
It was like 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah,
We
right.
forgot to introduce you.
Whenever I'm allowed to
You know,
play.
funny from this perspective, it was like months ago from the listener's perspective.
It was.
Yeah, our wonderful day played by, please take it away, Tyler.
What up? It's your boy. How's everybody doing? All right. I play Day, known as Daedrith. Not really, because nobody fucking calls me Daedrith. Whatever. I thought it was a cool name in the beginning.
What up? A cool name.
I'm Day. I'm an anarchist, Bruja turned thin blood, lover of the Time Pope, hater of the katana-wielding wild card, and and equally attracted and terrified of Ana Rasputin.
Wolf, like, let's take a little moment to really talk about where our characters are and how everyone feels about it. Let's take a little round table. It's not going to last for long because, trust me, I have a lot of great things to say.
Yeah.
Well, me and beautiful wife did some serious work today, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So, how do you feel after the second time losing 2 humanity points?
For Anna's journey, I feel like it was probably inevitable,
Okay.
to be honest.
That's great.
Yeah. I hesitate to say that she has impulse control, but she definitely has a lot going on with the whole end of the world thing, and I think that might be playing a little bit into some of her decision making and stuff like that.
Sure. Danika, can you give a version of what it felt like to land on the hood of the car after jumping? Because from your perspective, you were just killing it. Like, can you just walk me through that entire launch through helicopter and then to finish in your 3-point unfortunate landing?
I mean,
Heroic.
it was pretty cool at
Freaking
first.
amazing. Only person at this table that could possibly pull that off.
And I wanted to do a cool thing. I wanted to just disappear and then reappear and everything was fine. And then it wasn't fine. And Day's probably going to try to kill me.
Segueing and Dig.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, right.
That's fine.
Day, do you know what she did?
Out of character, obviously. In character, I am very good at
Perceiving
wits
time.
and perceiving things.
Yeah.
It's kind of my bread and butter. I've got like a 4 to wits. And
But it was a blink, so did you even see it?
I would have seen you leave, and then I would have seen you come back.
But as soon as I landed on that car, everything...
Well, I also have a
You
4.
would have disappeared from the roof of the car, and because you landed on the ground after, so there
Yeah.
would have been the time in between, and then the car flipped. Essentially, you would have had like a moment, like land, so like maybe 2 seconds as your katana went through the wheel well, and then the car would have flipped. So I'm just curious, what does Day know happened?
I mean, I feel like you would know because I also have a 4 to awareness. So I've almost maxed out my awareness.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've out of anybody, I probably would have at least been able to put together.
I
that-
mean,
Yeah, between your wits and
everyone
awareness,
saw
you've
it.
put it together.
yeah, I've got 4 wits and 4 awareness. I
Yeah.
think I would know because
Mhm.
I knew the plan,
Mhm.
so I know that she fucked it up.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
you guys were just I mean, the adventure was pretty much done.
Yeah. I mean, Day's been on such a journey from the beginning. I mean, I started off as like this scumbag brouhaha, and now I'm like playing a completely different character
Mhm.
with the same personality, and it's just always Danika.
Look, man.
Like she tried to eat Lawrence in Russia.
I didn't try to eat Lawrence. The dice tried to make me eat Lawrence.
Sure, blame the dice.
There's a whole lot of truth in that, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the whole thing with the werewolves really pissed Day off.
Again, the dice tried to make me kill the werewolf.
And now
Actually, the
this.
rest of the group doesn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even know that.
Yeah.
And now this. And this might be the breaking point in Day's psyche.
Well, yeah, you have
Where-
knocked out Lawrence literally in your arms.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shit show. So
But
I
then
really
you tried to eat Lawrence too.
that was a totally different thing. I took a little
It
snack.
was sexy times.
I had a little snack so that I could protect him until he wouldn't die. I don't want his power. I have his power. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I feel. Anna's kind of crazy. She's going off the rails. Danika has never been on the rails. She's on a different train.
She's still on the tram that we made up for Vegas.
Yeah, right. Stops. Yeah, downtown.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to start with Danika. You feel a light hand, and before you open your eyes, it would feel like a sunny room of like before you're turned. What it feels like is when you had your brothel, yes, you maybe didn't agree with the way that you and your girls were making money. Maybe you thought that they all were more talented than that. But you'd made a safe place for them. It's warm. It's relaxing. In England, usually it rains. This would be one of those interesting, clear days. The fog is gone. The cobblestones were washed last night. The chamber pots have already been taken care of. That feeling of the warmth landing on your right forearm. And you feel like coming out of a dream, as you are coming out of a dream, a hand on your right forearm. You open up your eyes and you see a well-kept room, not extravagant in any way. Seems to be functional, but with a almost younger than your actual age aesthetic. And you look down to your right arm and there's a hand on it. You look up, coming out of a very drifty haze, and you see a bag of blood hanging from an ivy pole. It's going into your arms. You look down. You're on a medical bed. The cheap, billowing cloth is up on you. You can feel the scratchiness of the horrible socks they give you in a hospital. A man about 18, you think? Maybe 19, close maybe to his 20s, sitting next to you, and he has a chessboard balanced on his knee, currently moving a black piece. What do you want to do?
I am very confused. I'm not gonna lie.
How do you handle that?
I don't know. Last time we played, I fixed my legs and I was walking to try and find everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is the next part of your consciousness.
are you Tarantinoing me right now?
What do you do?
I say, what the fuck's going on? I was awake and then now I'm here.
He goes, he jostles and make me an awareness roll. Looking for sixes. 10, 10, 10.
6 successes.
All right, so you immediately flash. Remember exactly where you were, breaking your legs, trying to fix your legs, trying to stand up, trying to make something about this. Then there's a haziness. But with that awareness roll, you see that the individual that had this game piece balanced on his knee, the board was undisturbed as he's now sitting with you. You look around, it's a hospital room. Well kept, very expensive hospital room.
So who are you? Why am I here? Where is everyone?
Whoa. That's a lot of questions. Wow. Hi.
Do not make me eat you. I will eat you.
I've heard that, and as you say that, you bring your hands up to make a
Blah.
angry, yes, a blah gesture.
I'll eat you, blah.
Yeah, right. There's restraints. Very nice restraints. I mean, not the mellow yellow of what you would think of a hospital. These are cushioned black leather. I mean, this is, cool. It's like, hey.
Look, man, usually I'm into this, but right now.
I know. Hi, my name's James.
Is that it?
I'm going to tell you a whole lot more. It's Danika, right?
Okay. How did I get here? How do you know who I am?
No problem. You start feeling calmer, just a little bit. So, my name is James. You're in Elysium. You're safe. We got you back here. I know your name because essentially everyone knows your name right now.
Excuse me?
You're part of the Vegas group, right?
Excuse me?
The people from Vegas. I've heard something about the slitting of the back of a god about you.
Oh my god, this story won't leave me alone. Yeah, yes, yeah, I did that.
You look up and your katanas are reverently displayed against the wall, as if you had to, at a moment's notice, grab your entire gear. You're good.
Wait, is this the Camarilla? Where?
Yes. Like I was trying to say, my name is James. I'm a Justicar. And when he says that, his coat slips a little bit, and you can see down his coat line is a big old school Wild Wild West revolver handle sticking out of this one coat side. You see another one down 3 inches, like a Glock 142. You see down there's another pistol that you can't pick, but you've already met one Justicar. This is just another one.
Yeah. So since you're a Justicar.
Yeah.
Where's Van?
I mean, I've heard that Van was with you, but
yeah, we crash landed in London and we haven't found him since then.
Our information is that the walking saint died in Tokyo.
No.
Well, that's all that we knew.
No, the walking saint and the left hand of God were with us. The walking saint and the Justicar is still missing.
He sits down.
And Boris. Where the fuck is Boris?
Yeah, he lifts out his other side coat, and exposes another 6 guns that runs down his chest, and he brings out a small journal, and he's writing this down. Okay, so the walking saint was with you?
Yes.
Okay, wow. We assumed he died in Tokyo. Okay,
no, we were
cool.
all on the plane, and our plane got shot down. I don't know if you saw my dog with the parachute.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't control the military anymore. We don't control many things anymore.
Yeah, that's blatantly obvious.
But you are in a place of safety, and you're in a place of. We've all heard what happened in Vegas. We've all heard what happened in Tokyo. We have fingers quite a lot of places, and I mean, to be honest, you're famous. He grabs your thigh again, and he's, especially as a Toreador, a very attractive man. He may be in his very early 20s, sunbitten, blonde-flecked. He's a prime of his life individual.
So can you untie me, or?
Yeah. And he undoes your left arm.
And then I slap him.
Face doesn't move. Okay.
Where are my friends?
Literally in the next door, but we need to have a conversation first.
What do you mean?
Well, here we're trying to just figure out all of our best moves forward.
I mean,
Rasputin, you're a friend of Rasputin, right?
Yeah, have you talked to him or Jake?
Yes,
or Sprocket?
he's the one that I don't know Jay or Sprocket, but
the werewolves.
You're working with werewolves?
You're not?
No, not quite yet. Rasputin brought you back here.
Okay. See, these are all of the answers that you could have given me as soon as I started asking questions.
And then another wave comes through you. I'd like you to roll. Purely a resolve roll.
Nothing.
As he grabs your shoulders, you feel way less inclined to need to find your friends. And he has answered a lot of your questions.
Okay.
He starts guiding you back to the bed, and he sets you back down, and that feels comfortable. That's okay. It's like a trusted friend that's sitting you back down into a bed and just going, whoa, let's talk about this. So what did you see?
When? Where?
We know Rasputin landed in the zoo.
Yes.
And you hear that little... And it just kind of starts to bring you back into the moment, back into what happened. What did Rasputin do? And your vision starts to cloud from the hospital room back into the zoo. You can feel the ache in your legs. You can feel yourself trying to heal. You stand up after being thrown into a ditch. And you look. And you see Rasputin landing in the middle of everybody.
So you are Tarantinoing me.
Day, we're going to come back with you. You wake up, comfortable bed. You look over immediately to your arm. You feel something. You've had needles in your arm before. You look over. It's an IV. You look up. That's a young man in between 18 and maybe 20, maybe 22. Someplace in there. He's playing chess on his lap. Oh, God. Hey, welcome back.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, just letting you know, I think his name is Lawrence.
I look right at him.
Yeah, he's good. He's recovering. We can bring you right over to him pretty soon. How are you feeling?
I'm gonna look around the room real quick.
Sure. It's corporate art. You've been a junkie for a long time, so you've woken up in hospital rooms. It's a lot nicer than the rooms that you've woken up in. There's a sitting chair on the side, a fake sunset done with like a screen. You can tell that it's fake, that it's on a screen.
Corporate art. Fake sunset.
Yeah, you're in Elysium.
Oh, God damn it.
I know.
Fuck me. Oh, my God. This is not Dave's first rodeo.
Yeah, right. He's like, hey.
No.
Yeah, right. You don't have any
Oh.
restraints on you, by the way.
Okay.
Not like Danica. Like you can move around the whole thing. Hey,
What am I wearing?
you're in a hospital gown.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Hey, it's right here. Hey,
I'm sorry.
And you look up the wall.
What is your name?
my name's James.
James. Trench coat, left pocket.
As if it was reverently put up as your entire gear against the wall. You can see your trench coat on a wooden hanger. If you take a second, you smell, it's definitely cedar. Okay. He goes, the left, like my left or your left?
Left breast pocket.
Okay, he looks in. He picks
It's-
up a vial.
It's no, the other pocket.
Okay, he looks. What does he find or doesn't
A
find?
pack of cigarettes.
Yes, there's a pack of cigarettes. He goes, what about this vial?
Please put that back.
No
You
problem, man.
don't understand the power that thing contains.
I believe you. And he puts it back in. You know, there's like almost like a really expensive fountain pen kind of like thing that connects it to a piece of clothing at the very top of the stopper. He puts it right back in. Sits down, puts down his little game of chess on the side counter, a little table that's sitting in between you guys. Hi. I know we just did some brief introductions. I'm sure that you have some questions. My name is James. I'm fairly sure your name is Day.
Yes.
Hi. I don't know if you know this, but you're kind of well known.
Well, that's not good.
No, in a good way. I mean, we know you from Vegas.
I'm a hide in the shadows kind of guy.
I mean, after a little bit of research, we found that out as well. You know you're in London, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he grabs your forearm, and you feel a little bit more relaxed.
That's nice.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need a cigarette.
No problem. You want one of yours or
Yes.
one of mine?
What?
And he takes out
What do you got?
fresh pack of cigarettes. They're Pall Mall.
Fine. I'm more of a clothes guy.
Yeah, right. Boom. I mean, like, and it's stupidly fast. Like, you just took the cigarette.
Mm.
The lighter's there. Reaches into the pack of cigarettes himself, takes out one, lights it up. Yeah, right? I mean, a week ago. Woof. And he leans back, and you look into his side, like left-hand side when he had to lean back and his jacket seems to fall. And you can see 3 revolvers that run down his chest.
I'm a melee guy myself.
You know what? My face is kind of my moneymaker.
Yeah, tell me about it. I
Yeah.
look terrible, by the way.
Well, you look
I
a
don't
lot-
know it, but I look like shit.
Yeah, right. Well, you look a lot better than when you came in, to be honest.
Okay, so I'm sure you're gonna ask me a bunch of questions.
We're just trying to get some things straight. Like, we just want to know what happened, and then, like, that hand was still on your forearm. You feel another, and you can roll if you'd like.
I would.
All right. Resolve. I'm looking for 2 6s. Just resolve.
Yeah, 2 6s.
2 6s. You can feel a pulse go through you, but you finally realize that it's a pulse.
Mhm.
You can look around again, and you've been in a scenario like this. You've been in intelligently manipulated. But this guy's manipulation is very fine. He seems genuine.
Yeah.
I mean, as you look around your surroundings, that is your gear. That is where your cigarettes were. That is your broken, squished pack of cigarettes. That's what the blood vial looked like. There's no lie here.
I still hate the Camarilla. So
he goes, you know what? I really don't like the restrictions either. And he leans back.
And it's humorous that the end-all be-all of vampire society needs intelligence from me. You have more or less not been a fan of me. I'm sure you've read the files.
I've heard that you've met, and he takes a second and goes, in Vegas, there was one of my station. I think you guys called him Jess. That's what we have in the notes.
You mean Van?
Van?
Yeah,
Jess?
Jesse.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, cool guy.
Yeah, I'm one of the other four.
Oh, you're a Justicar.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, must be real fucked up, huh?
Oh my God. You have been out there.
Yeah,
I've
seen everything that the world has to offer right now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. It don't look like this, and I gesture around.
We're trying to keep things as close to the heart as we can, and honestly, you guys are kind of important. There's been a lot of, I wouldn't call it scripture, but nowadays I don't know what else to call it, of this group that was...
I'll tell you what you call it. You call it a prophecy. And the man that the Camarilla also doesn't like, a man that goes by Rasputin, seems to be the most intelligent thing on the planet right now.
He looks, he's like, yeah, I mean, if you predict small weather patterns, that's cute. When you predict the end of the world, that's a little bit different.
Well, maybe if you would read his books.
We currently are.
Them, but I've
you
heard.
have no idea the amount of people we have currently in this building poring over every syllable and possible pronunciations. I mean, he's the one that brought you here. I mean, all of your friends are here. Everyone that you started off with, and he thumbs through a little notebook that he brings out from his breast side pocket. He goes, we have Ana, Danika, we have Vol. Vol's here. Vol's actually not hurt. He's in his own room. You can see him soon. It's
What about Lawrence?
We have. He took a lot of damage. He's not like us. I mean,
oh, trust me, I know.
You're not completely like us either.
Oh, trust me, I know.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, because you've already felt this. It's going to be a little bit easier. This would have been 8s. I'm going to bring it down to 7s. Okay.
For resolve.
Yeah, resolve. We're looking for 2 7s.
No.
It's instantly, after hearing Lawrence's name and knowing that he's safe, he's in the next room. You've heard all the right names. He kind of guides you back into that bed. And the pillow's very soft. Acceptable. I just want to know what happened that night. I mean, like, we're just trying to piece together what happened.
Oh, man, you should have seen it.
It would come right back to you. Ana?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Your eyes flutter open. And you're annoyed to feel the piece of metal in your left arm. You know what it is already. The tape kind of grips your skin in a way you don't enjoy. You have a gentleman sitting on the far corner of the room playing chess. By himself, nobody sitting at the other table, at the other chair. What do you want to do? You see corporate art on the wall. Hang in there, kitten. But it's a posh surrounding. You can feel the thread count. It's been a long time since you haven't had a gypsum sheet, so you know the difference.
Where's Rasputin?
He looks over. You can hear a piece fall down on the table. He picks it back up. Oh, hi. It's Ana, right?
Yes.
It's so amazing to have you.
I have heard this all before. What is going on?
So Rasputin brought you back here. We're just getting you back to health.
Where is he?
He's in the other room. I can go grab him if you want. But there's so little news coming out of the areas of the world right now. And you're in Elysium. That's where you are.
Oh, no.
You've been to a lot of these. This is not your first ball.
I know. I never had a fun time.
I know, but you look up and you have been here, never hurt before, but you have toured these kind of things. You're obviously in a VIP wing. As you look at the art, it actually is vampiric spun. It looks really nice on first, but like there's a specific Elysium thrill to it. Every aspect as you look around is polished and perfect, even though it's plain. So your friends are here too. I believe he pulls out a small flip, little journal. It's Day in Danika.
Yes.
Right. And we have Vol. He's not hurt at all. He's just down the room from you. And Rasputin obviously brought you in.
Did Lawrence make it? Day is going to be inconsolable if Lawrence did not make it.
Lawrence made it, but Lawrence is still unconscious.
Right, because he is the human, right?
He went through quite a... How did that stumble happen? And he puts a hand on your shoulder. You feel a little bit of manipulation.
I mean, they gave me a shotgun. That was really fun.
There's a tighter grip on it, and then I'd like you to roll. I'm looking for 2 6s.
What am I rolling?
Resolve.
Resolve, yeah.
1 6.
Looking for 2.
I only got 1.
You relax.
Basically, I become a blabbermouth, and I tell him all of the secrets.
No, you start to fade back into being upside down in a car. You can actually feel your own juxtaposition of where you were sitting. And slowly to the right, clockwise, you turn upside down, and you can feel the seat restraint holding you in the car seat. What would you like to do? You hear gunshots.
Want to try to let go of the seatbelt.
Right.
Get the seatbelt off of me.
All right, cool. You find it really quickly. On the right, click, boom. You fall to what's now the hood of the car.
God damn it, my head.
Yeah, right.
I always do these things to myself.
You look at Vol. Vol's already like hands up, trying to figure that. Like, we have to go. We have to go.
Yes, Vol. That's very observant for you.
All right. What would you like to do?
Try to get out of the car.
Out of the car. Cool. The door. You're on pavement. The way that you flipped, you see maybe 10 men, maybe 12. You're not quite sure from the different angles you're looking at, walking down a street of a zoo towards you. You have 2 cages on both sides. Not great kind of cover.
Where's the truck positioned? Are we like across the road? So one side of the car is closer to the people walking up the street?
You're on the left-hand side of the car, and the car is in a position that would block half of the road.
So it's like in a lane?
In a lane. Like
okay.
So it would be, if it was like a 2-lane road, it's on your left-hand lane, done parallel. You have some cover if you'd like to go there.
Okay. Are the windows open? Have they been busted out?
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't matter. This is a truly crashed car, although it is bulletproof.
Right.
I mean, like, this is a thing meant to transport outrageous, up to the size of Rhino's kind of car.
Did the windows stay in or no?
I'll say both windows are broken.
Both windows are broken.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're out of the car at this point, so.
Okay. Vol, I don't know where we're going to go to get some cover. I don't know.
How about to the left? And he's like already on that side.
Vol, you know that I cannot move as fast as you. Why don't you wait up? We're in a lot of trouble here. We should not split up. Where's the rest of everybody?
He looks around, and then you hear...
Hey, Doc.
The noise happens, and there's some time. There's a big gust of dirt that is like a shockwave. Yeah, right?
Gross. Dirt's in my mouth.
You walk over to the upside-down truck in between the two windows, and you can see Rasputin kneeling in the center of a small crater.
Well, that is new.
Danika, what are you doing?
I'm back on the ground.
You see Rasputin land and stand up.
I'm going to shout, Dad! Dad! Dad, I'm over here!
He looks over and he smiles. He's like, I told you not to call me Dad. And he runs over to the closest one to him, to his left, and grabs him by his flak jacket. And he just reaches down and pulls his head off all the way through his spinal cord, just holds it to the sky. He holds both pieces from the neck piece and the tip of the spinal cord, and he starts making gestures through the air. It's like a firework, a sparkler. That's what it looks like as he points with the bottom of the spinal cord.
Dad, I don't know what you're doing, but usually blood luge is the way to go.
Anyway, he finishes his thing and a small portal appears. And out comes a small feminine hand. There's a ring around its pointer finger and a billowing cream dress.
God, is this fucking
stands
Jessica?
up. When she comes out of the portal, it's not her entire body. Right below her calves, there seems to just be like a displacement of air. And Rasputin starts to waltz with her. And time for you slows down. You can see, as they do their first turn, a large paw comes out of the portal. The portal starts to get larger. Another paw comes out from the portal. Jet black with golden highlights underneath the bone structure. You would expect another paw to come out from the hind legs. You think this looks doggish in a way. It's more lizard from the back. Scales that reflect the moonlight. A large tail. And as Rasputin swings this woman out, and she extends her hands towards the people that were going to shoot you, you see a paw from this three-headed dog smash into a good 6 of them. You can see in that moment that her eyes want more carnage, that want more destruction, and Rasputin spins her back into his arms and continues to waltz. And the dog becomes more corporeal. Day, what are you doing?
Got Lawrence on my chest. I saw the firing squad.
Like wrapped around you, like.
Yeah, I was kind of like holding him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shift over. Put him down. And my only goal is to make sure that Lawrence is safe. So
you can see him lining up in military perfection. Like they are going to do a firing line on this exact perspective.
I'm gonna pull out my Bowie knife and my shillelagh.
Okay.
And take a deep breath.
You even hear one of them go, "Fire!"
And then I just kind of like start to stumble forward.
You stumble forward and you can feel one bullet hit your left shoulder just on the side of it. It grazes off its flesh wound. And as you wait for the rest of the bullets to hit you, you look up and there's a person standing in front of you. You can see the shabbiness of his corduroy pants. And you know that white t-shirt now being spread from the back of bullets that pierce through him. And Rasputin looks up and looks back to you and sees Lawrence and nods and starts walking. No break in his stride. They realize that what they currently have is not enough to stop this. You see overhead a helicopter start to circle. And the beam lands directly on Rasputin. What do you want to do?
How far away is he?
7 very long steps from your broken legs.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna die.
You hear Lawrence.
I gotta protect him. I'm gonna try and get to Rasputin.
You're going to go with Rasputin?
I gotta try to protect Lawrence.
Cool. All right.
I think Day's like doing that thing where that last stand in his head, you know?
Rasputin looks over to you, and you come up underneath his, like on his left side.
I'm just stumbling.
Yeah, right. Stumbling, like hurt,
Half
fucking
dead.
everything. It's like, you see the lights? He points up to the helicopter that has that spotlight that's starting to shine on him. I prefer it not to exist.
Oh, please, God. I'm gonna drop the shillelagh and lift my hand up to it.
Mm-hmm.
My arm's shaking, so I have to like hold it with my other hand.
That's cool.
To keep it up.
As you do that, Rasputin was right next to you. You have a second that he's not there, but he's right back.
Try and knock out the light.
All right, what's that roll?
No, it's not. It just works.
It just works. So you knock it out, and he goes, "That's my boy." And as the light goes out on him, he takes one step, and you see that he's brought his walking cane with him, and he's left it right next to you.
The cane.
Mm-hmm. It's standing straight up. And you see this as in slow motion as a person stands up with a bazooka, lets it go. Rasputin catches it in the air before it was going to hit where you and Lawrence were, smiles, and throws it back into the helicopter.
I look into my right pocket at the DMT.
Yeah. The cane stands still.
What the fuck is going on?
Anna, where are you?
I am cowering behind the bulletproof truck with Vol. That's where I am.
Okay, so, like fleeing is a good idea.
I mean, I feel like we're kind of stuck. I mean, everything else is wide open.
So, like, there's bullets over there,
Yeah.
and there's no bullets over there. So maybe we should go to where the non-bullets are.
I never took you for being so wishy-washy, but okay, we
This
can
is
try to go
why
over
we
there.
live in a sewer.
I mean, I
Like,
know this is why you live in a sewer. Oh my gosh.
what, you want to go attack it? And he looks up, and then is witnessing something.
Is he looking
happening-
up and slightly to the left?
Yes, he is. As a helicopter crashes slightly to the left from your perspective. He goes, I had no idea. And then takes out a journal.
Oh my God, Vol! With the writing in the books, this is a terrible time for you to be doing that.
As you say that, he's like, wherever you want to go, I'll go. And a different take of Vol that you've never I mean, you have seen. He takes notes. He's obviously screwed with some of your books. He is... something's going on.
Right? What's got you so spooked?
It's... someone should write down the end of the world, shouldn't they?
For who?
For whoever would find the notebook. I don't know if the story is all correct or not, but isn't that your sire?
Yes, that is Rasputin. This is not the time for you to go all fanboy.
No, I'm not.
I'll get you an autograph once we're all done from here. We need to go.
You hear.
Right, Vol? We need to move. We need to move.
What do you want to do? Your little piece of safety is getting
Taken
Swiss
out.
cheesed by the moment.
We're going to go where he wanted to go, where there's no bullets.
All right, you gonna retreat?
Yeah.
As you start retreating, falling back, you hear boom. The truck that you were just hiding behind explodes, finally hitting the gas can.
Whoa, nick of time, huh, Vol?
It's
That
like,
was
I know,
really close.
but look, and he stops you, and he points, and that's exactly when the helicopter hits the ground. And you just see your sire. And your sire's taught you a lot of strange stuff. He's doing it all at the same time. Everything that he does is orchestrated and dancing and stopping, and it just shouldn't be possible for one individual.
You know, at Vol, we're going in the wrong direction.
You look down at Vol's manuscript that he's writing, and he's just drawing the picture.
Okay. Vol.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just focus for a
yes,
minute.
Of course.
Okay, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to suggest you take your book with all of your little drawings in it that you seem to feel is really important right now, and you should go to over there where there's nothing happening. And God forbid something should happen to you, but you, this is not the place where you fall.
It's fine. I'd rather be where the narrative is, at least.
Well, you can watch it from a distance. Go over there, Vol.
Fine,
And I
she'll be as a bush.
Beeline for Rasputin.
All right. You're having a hard time figuring out where Rasputin is. From your perspective, he seems to be here one moment on the far right, and then there one moment on the far left, and then just like chaos
There must be
erupting. Then like a giant 3-headed dog appears for like a second and squishes 3 people, and then like as its rage would be going through the rest, it dissipates, and they all look up with shocked faces and then go back to the fight because it just dissipated. A woman seems to be dotting around this mayhem that you see.
Did he bring a date to the end of the world? What a weird little man. I'm going to try to go where I believe Rasputin will stop next.
Do we have a D20 on the board?
Oh,
You know what?
I don't know. The girl who runs a D&D podcast might have a D20 around here somewhere.
Right behind the board.
Pulls out 2 tackle boxes.
What are you attempting to do? Just
I
go to Rasputin, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to go to the spot where I believe Rasputin will land
Okay, I know that
next.
we just took a cut for the audience, and I hope this is part of it. But my wife just brought out 2 tackle boxes full of dice and found an exact dice she was looking for.
Can I just say, I love it here. I've never been so happy.
What am I rolling? A D20 for?
Awesomeness.
Okay.
You need a 20.
You need a nat 20.
No.
But you get to roll every
dice.
dice.
You're looking for above a 10.
Okay. And I got a 6.
I was so expecting you to say you got a nat 20 just now.
Oh my god, right?
So, as you're running up after leaving Vol, strangely in your head, hear the sounds of the leaves that he nestled into to take the rest of what happened and the way that he sees it. As you take 3 steps, you understand how injured you are, how hurt you are. That euphoria of being a primal head killing machine. You hurt. Things are not okay. You stumble. What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to try to compel some of these soldiers to just leave. Or turn the gun on themselves.
Go ahead and roll. Tell me what
We'll
this
do
is
the
about.
second one.
Alright, turn the gun on themselves. No roll required against unprepared mortals.
These are hardened.
These are prepared mortals.
These
Okay.
are not. You're not even sure. if
Commanding
they're
a
truly
resisting
mortals.
victim or a victim the vampire is already dominated in the same scene or another vampire requires a contest of charisma and dominate versus intelligence and resolve.
All right.
So my
I
charisma
will
and
let you-
dominate versus your intelligence
I
and
will
resolve.
let you do it to 4 of the 8. I'm going to let you do that for 4 of the guys.
Okay.
Looking for 6s. I have 2.
I have a 9 and 2 8s.
You got the first one.
Okay.
So that's going to lower the problems later. That's 1. You get to do this 4 times.
Oh wait, that's a lie. I had 4.
Same difference. You beat the guy.
All right.
It's 1 of 4 that you can possibly change. I have 2.
4.
That's 2 of the 4. I have 0.
1.
All right. That's 3 of the 4. Here's the 4th of the 4. 1.
4.
4 of the 8 that come in. The center 4, you look to Rasputin and you can see this firing squad about to happen to him. Fatherly love. Love as a daughter to a father. springs out, and you scream and tell me what it looks like when you do this.
Okay. It's going to be really cool, you guys. Okay, so it's like you know when you're really, really angry at something and you're shouting at the top of your lungs and you kind of like bend at the waist a little bit, like you're like, "Rah!" You know, like that?
Yes.
Okay. I make that kind of motion, but when I speak, it's like there's a slight echo on all of my words, and it sounds really big and really full.
So like you shock them almost like a like a cacophony bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Like
As you
a
go,
thaumaturgy almost.
What's that?
Like a thaumaturgy effect?
Yeah, right. You just go, kneel.
My name is Dave.
Yeah, right. Boom. and four in the center just were lining up on you and your father, and they just kneel, letting the guns go down.
No, I want them to shoot themselves. I beat you every time.
She did make that one man. She was like, didn't you get a bestial success and you said, I want your spine to touch that wall?
Yes, and he ran into the wall over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you roll that, the guys like turn the guns around, and you can see Rasputin is just like stopped in his moment, and he looks back at you and just like, what would you like them to do?
I give him a wink.
As you hear, clap, ba, 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 four people shooting themselves in the head.
Oh, I should have had them shoot each other.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I have so much to learn from you, Rasputin.
He goes, you're absolutely right. And as he says that, you hear in currents to the way that the four people shot themselves 4 other rounds.
I want to bend down to the pavement.
It's not fast enough. You're in your...
No, it's fine if I get hit. It's fine. I want to go down to the pavement.
Try to rip the things underneath them?
And try to rip the concrete out from underneath them. And just pull it, yank it towards me.
Okay. What's your dexterity and alertness, I guess? Awareness. Dexterity and awareness.
Anna's mad.
Apparently. She's also going to burn another blood point?
Yeah, I'll roll that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
That's fine.
Please, no 1 or 10 on that one white dice. Please don't do it. Okay, good. That's not there. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Anna's back, baby.
Because you haven't done this before. You've seen it happen, and he's taught you how to do it, but you personally haven't ever done it before.
Well, I thought
You're never successfully.
Yeah, not successfully.
Yeah, right. You put your hands into the earth, essentially, and pavement that are in one of these columns of men coming towards you. And it sinks in like your hand through warm pudding.
Are you getting this, ball?
Yeah, right. And then the next hand, your left hand, comes in through, and you can just feel it. And even though it is as smooth and as perfect that your hand sunk into the actual ground itself, now you have some resistance, something to pull. You do. Straight back up to your chest, and you can see the entire line of men fall down. In fact, stumble backwards. You can see 3 rows of pavement piled up by either side of one of your hands.
Rasputin, that was so cool.
It took you long enough.
I know, right?
As he keeps on walking, he dissipates. You see that dog appear in another place and crush a car this time. The smoked out at this point husk of a helicopter is in the distance. You see men starting to scatter. All of a sudden, you start to feel a little bit of your injuries. Rasputin comes back after about what feels like an eternity, but was probably just a minute. And the amount of blood you can smell, you've never witnessed that much death. Probably 80 people are slaughtered in front of you. Cars on fire. Rasputin shows up on your left-hand side, squeezes you, Because you did very good.
Oh, that really hurts, though. Don't
I
squeeze so
know,
hard.
and he kisses you on your forehead, and you
Rasputin.
fade into unconsciousness.
And that is where we're going to call it this week. Did we leave you with more questions than we answered? Probably. Are we going to have a really fantastic episode next week? Most definitely. Actually, next week is very special. There are 2 episodes of Vampires and Vitae coming your way next week. One on the usual day, Friday. It's going to be part of the campaign, just as we always do. On Saturday, however, Halloween, you're getting a very special Halloween episode. It's a one-off, sort of the very first time that Ana, Day, and Danika meet, kind of officially speaking. And we do have some special guests who will be joining us for that particular episode, so get ready for 2 episodes of Vampires and Vitae next week. So until then, don't forget you can connect with us on social media at Vamps and Vitae on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook, and we're on Reddit as well. Not there as often as we probably should be, but you can find us there. And of course, the podcast available everywhere you listen to your podcasts. If you could take it and share it with a couple of your friends, drop us a 5-star review. All of those things are huge and help to get us in front of some new ears. So we really appreciate the time that you spend with us. Until next Friday, remember, always take a big bite out of life.